Yeah, I mean, kudos to like the Huddle team, like for putting together this event. It's actually my second time. I was there here last year as well, and it's good to see like check in from a year, like how the ecosystem has grown, like to catch up with everything that Filecoin has been up to see the progress that Huddle has been making, especially with things around deepen and stuff. It's super interesting and like, yeah, great to be here. I mean, 2023 was great. Like we slipped into like in terms of the markets, we slipped into what's called as a bear market. But I think the bear market was more for it's just like token price. But I don't think builder enthusiasm was affected at all. We did a bunch of hackathons, fellowships, and had grants this year. In fact, deployed record number of grants, so that also shows that builders are keeping on building. And if interest in ETH India has anything to go by, which is this weekend, I've had a much harder time reviewing applications this year around, and applications are super competitive. I think we have grown to a point where, like, I know for sure the 1600 folks, the hackers that I'm inviting to the event are like super high quality, and they're just there to build. And yeah, it's super nice to see how the ecosystem has evolved. So that has been for 2023 and 24. Like at least I spoke about it earlier in my talk today. We at Devfolio are looking on how we can bring developer identity on chain. It's currently we think it's fragmented, and I think there's value in gathering that and helping opportunity providers get a better sense of developers' identity, whether it be like while they're evaluating them for jobs, or whether it be a developer looking for funding in front of a VC. If they can showcase one identity which can be used to get opportunities, I think that's powerful. And that's what Devfolio will be building out as a product next year. But for sure, you can expect to see more hackathons, fellowships, and grants going on next year, all of which will also add to the your proof of work on the system. The Indian developer ecosystem is pretty interesting. And there's a huge variety in sort of talent levels. But something that has been, very rewarding and, very humbling to be a part of is developer journeys, to see them evolve from, just starting to hack on their first project to now where they are like leading workshops and, building, like doing cutting edge research. So those are some interesting narratives. Like earlier, I used to see like folks more about, hey, we have built an NFT marketplace or something like that. But which in a sense like is like there's not much, like it's a very now like that's just low hanging fruit has already been taken. But I think the Indian developers have kept up with what is expected at the global level, like what people are expecting should be built. And I so glad to see conversations around FHE and how to implement it, FVM at least in the Filecoin ecosystem, account abstraction, and all of these sorts of trends are very strong among the Indian developers. And I think Indian developers like are also focusing on their stronger areas, I feel, which are more sort of technical solutions. So that's like really interesting to observe.
Makes sense.
For the Indian blockchain week, most of it, to be honest, like I'm going to be focusing on putting together ETH India this weekend. Really excited for it. Other than that, I'm going to try and make time to all the invites I have for the week. So just trying to, but super excited that we can make this possible. When we started off with ETH India back in 2018, it was just that one event, and we had to like convince people to come down to Bangalore like over months. But yeah, here like it's just like the garden has truly grown, and they're like really glad to see like all the folks and the things are put together. And like of course kudos to harder than Filecoin for putting together the starting event of the India Blockchain Week.